This is TWiT.
Panos tweeted, here's a little sneak peek of the new snipping tool for Windows 11. And I was watching it, and I'm like, so isn't this just the snipping tool?
It's new in Windows.
With some little rounded corners and stuff, like little changes, right?
So now that I finally, so here's what's funny. So when Panos, there's a lot of things that are funny here, actually. So Panos is promoting something called the snipping tool, right?
Right.
And it is a new version of the snipping tool that exists in Windows today. But Windows also has a tool called Snip Sketch. And Mary Jo and I, she actually asked me, and I don't know the answer. To this day, to this moment, I still kind of don't. But here's the thing. If you run Snipping Tool, which again is the new thing coming in Windows 11, in Windows 10, it literally says Snipping Tool is moving. In a future update, blah, blah, blah. Try improve features in Snip like usual with Snip and Sketch instead. It's like, so they're actually pushing you to a different app.
On the Snipping Tool snip? Could you?
Nobody does that.
Oh, people do that. They want to annotate the snip. That's the new thing, right?
Annotate the snip.
No.
Let's.
I know you can do it. I'm just joking that I don't think people really do that. But I know.
No, they do. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You do? Really?
Yeah. So, perfect example. Well, you're sending your mom where the button to press on Edge to turn
and
off.
You circle it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you snip it and you circle it and you put an arrow and you say, "This here, Mom."
Okay.
So here's what's new.
What?
Did you figure out what's actually new in this thing?
It's not
the icon. The icon is new.
That's all that matters.
Well, that's not what I was going for. But
I think Mary Jo has won this round, Paul.
No, hold on. So there was a video recently that showed a new UI for Microsoft Paint, right?
Right.
That UI looks exactly like the UI for the new snipping tool. It's made with the same thing.
Okay.
And remember, like, one of the issues with Windows 8 and then Windows 10 was that they had this kind of modern app development platform that became UWP, and a lot of tools were not ever updated to that platform. They stayed with their desktop, underpinnings or whatever. Paint is a good example. Probably Snipping Tool, based on what I'm seeing here, is probably a desktop app, not a UWP app, right? This thing must be a Project Reunion app. Because what they've done is they figured out a way to bring modern UI to a legacy app. That's what this is. And that's what the new Paint's going to be. And then there was something else. I don't remember.
And
they might be doing this.
Panos is pumped.
Right. And I bet Notepad will get the same little,
by the way,
Project Reunion upgrade.
Panos could benefit, I think, from the use of the serial comma, because in his Twitter handle, it says he's husband and father of 4. Maybe husband, comma, and father of 4 would be clearer.
Sure.
You know
and also he uses Windows Plus devices, but husband and father. So, attention to detail.
Yeah, maybe an ampersand in both. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, maybe that's the official name of that thing.
Windows Plus devices. That's his official title. That's what's on his card.
Okay.
Anyway, I think this is a Project Reunion app.
Think you could be right.
You're brilliant.
I think that's what it is.
Yep.
That's what years of following Microsoft has done for you.
Yeah, and listen, it's so useful. Like cocktail parties or in conversations with friends. It's like.
What do you think of the new snipping tool?
I am the toast bastard. I'm so glad you asked me that question. I have literally been obsessing over it for the past 3 days.
No, I just felt like, okay, we had the snipping tool in Windows 10, then we get Snip and Sketch, and now we've got the new snipping tool in Windows 11. Like, how many snipping tools does one person need?
Right, and actually, that's a good question. So, they only need one, by the way. But Snip and Sketch, where is this thing? If you bring that up, see that's a UWP app, and that's really interesting, right? So. This makes a sort of sixth sense.
This does make sense.
Good detective work, Paul.
Yep.
Very good.
I think that's it.
So they have to take all the apps they made UWP apps and turn them into Project Reunion apps, basically. Right?
Well, I mean, so I guess they could. So yeah, you could do that. You could take a UWP app or a desktop app and do that transformation, right? But it's going to be more noticeable on the desktop apps because those things, you bring up Notepad today, aside from the window Chrome or whatever, looks like it's running on Windows 2000, right? Like this is something that has not changed.
That's why it's so good.
I agree with you 100%.
What it is, right?
But actually,
like
I think a Project Reunion, I think a light toolbar at the top in the style of that Snip and Sketch toolbar would be okay for Notepad, right? And it would help it exist for another, 10 plus years.